Aloha and welcome to West Maui. I'm Anita Marcy and this is my Saturday art session. Today I would like to talk to you about perception. It's a pretty broad topic, but I'm going to break it down into two what I call elements. And one of those is observation and one of those is judgment. We might all be guilty of judgment. I think it's just a human trait. So think about that for a moment. Perception, what we perceive, the way we perceive, how we perceive things to be. And I'd like to share a little story about cooking. I used to think that cooking was just a big waste of time. I always thought it's just a transient medium. You know, you cook it, you eat it, and it's gone. Sure, you can take pictures of it, but it's not really the same as a painting or a piece of art. So I thought, I don't think I really want to waste my time cooking. And then I decided that I should maybe think about that as a type of art form, as an expression. And when I had my hip replacement, I couldn't paint because I couldn't sit for long periods of time. So I needed another creative expression. And guess what? Yeah, I started cooking. And I'm still cooking 3 years later. And I'm enjoying it very, very much. And as soon as I started to look at cooking as a creative form of art, everything changed for me. My perception changed. And I started to think, well, I started to find parallels, lots and lots of parallels between cooking and painting. And I still find them. And maybe we can talk about that another day. But today I want to talk about perception and how it can actually change things for you. So it changed my whole attitude toward cooking, and I suddenly saw it as the experience, as the journey, and not about the product or the end result or how long it lasted. And I decided that that was a good thing, and I'm still enjoying cooking because of that. So when we talk about perception, one of the most important things is your observation, okay? How are you observing things? From the inside or from the outside? I had a dear friend who was a therapist, and she used to say that it was a good idea sometimes if you were in an uncomfortable situation to maybe step out of it. In other words, kind of step back outside your body, if you will, and look at the situation as if you were an observer from the outside in. And I always liked that idea, and I use it still to this day. A lot of times if I'm feeling really uncomfortable, I will just almost erase myself and look at things from the outside in, and it really helps. Suddenly you're just observing. You're not feeling, you're not thinking, you're not judging. You're simply observing. And that's a really great thing to be able to do, and it gives you a certain kind of freedom when you do that. So please try that technique. I think you'll enjoy it. The other thing I want to talk to you about today is judgment. Recently I've been thinking about, of course everyone's thinking about COVID and everything that's been going on, and I've been thinking, what if we could actually look at this from, let's say, a neutral position, okay? What if it wasn't bad and it wasn't good? What if it just was? And I started to think about that. And I thought, what if we did that in every situation? What if we just simply accepted this is the way it is right now? It's going to change, but right now, this is the way it is. This is what we have to deal with. And I thought, what if we didn't decide that it was a good thing or a bad thing? What if it just was? Or what if it just is? I don't know. It's kind of a deep thought, but I really like the idea of it. So give that a chance. When you're in any situation, in particular the times that we're in now, what if it wasn't good and it wasn't bad? It just is. And I think that judgment is something that we should all work on, because I think that a lot of times we judge things, we judge people, we judge situations, and maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe we just need to accept what is, and then step back, think about it, and decide what kind of observations are we making, and do that without the judgment. I'm sure it's harder than it seems, and it is because I've tried it, but it is helpful. When you suddenly don't attach and you don't expect and you don't judge, you can take a lot of the emotion out of the situation. And when you do that, you find more peace. It really is truly our emotions, as we talk about being guided by our emotions. It is really our emotions that affect us. And it is really our emotions that we're dealing with. So what if with our perceptions, we were able to take the emotional part out and simply observe, and then make decisions that way? I know, it's kind of crazy, but I like the idea of it. This is a new idea. It's a new thought pattern for me. So thought I would share it with you. And please give me your feedback on this, because like I said, it's just a whole new way of thinking for me. And I think I'm feeling like it's going to be good. I feel like it's maybe a good thing to practice. It's always practice, right? I mean, you have to practice in order to get good at something. So I'm practicing non-judgmental observation. Ooh, that's a mouthful. But I think that's a good thing. So let's try it. Just for a day, just see how it feels to just not judge, just to simply accept what is, and then step back, observe, and then see about making decisions or choices. And watch what happens. It's a pretty interesting way of being in the world. I always think that, we have the choice. We always have the choice of how we would like to be in the world. And we can choose how to feel. Granted, it's hard when you have physical issues, and believe me, I know. But I think that it's better to choose to be happy and to choose to be accepting. And I think that in the end, we will all find a lot more peace if we simply choose to do that. So I'd like to leave you with that thought. Choose to be happy. Choose to observe without judgment. Choose to shift your perception into a better way, or a better place, or a more positive way for you. I hope that's a good thing for you. And I wish you all the best. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. And if you enjoyed my talk today, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Anita Marcy. Please visit my website. I think you might have some fun there. There's lots of interesting artwork and stories, and I think you might enjoy it. That's AnitaTheArtist.com. So again, I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, and I wish you all the best with light and love from West Maui. Aloha.